Dear students, in this presentation, we are going to discuss about inference in first order logic. What do you mean by inference? What we are understanding from first order logic. Okay, that is the topic we are going to discuss. In that, propositional versus first order inference, which means we all should know quantifiers are there, so-called universal quantifier, existential quantifier. Okay, remember these two quantifiers are available in first order logic. Because of these two first order logic, people may feel difficult to understand that particular statement, whereas these two quantifiers are not there in propositional logic. So our discussion in this particular presentation is how to reduce first order logic to propositional logic by removing the quantifier. So a simple inference rule that can be applied to a sentence with quantifier, which means there is a sentence with quantifier in first order logic, to obtain a sentence without quantifier, which means I am going to remove the quantifier, so that first order logic is reduced to propositional logic, so that we can understand that particular statement easily. That leads to propositional inference. The removing of this quantifier, we call it as instantiation. We do have universal instantiation and existential instantiation. In these two topics, we are going to remove these two quantifiers. Let's discuss universal instantiation. What is that particular meaning? This is one universal quantifier. In this statement, we are going to have this universal quantifier. I am going to explain how to remove this. All greedy kings are evil. You should know greedy kings are evil. So X is greedy, X is a king. If X is a greedy and X is a king, then X is a evil. This is the generalized statement. Who is X? X can be many person. Universal quantifier. It can be anything. X can be your name. It can be my name. Sir, can I put X place? Can I put the John? Yes, you can. Can I put Williams? Yes, you can. So, we are going to remove X and replace by another variable. Any variable can you have? Yes, you can have. So, this is the syntax alpha. In this alpha, I do have a variable X. This X is called a V. I am going to remove this variable V and I am going to replace by the term John. I am going to replace by the term Richard. I am going to remove X and replace by the term John's father. These terms are called ground term G. That is, replacing the variable V by the ground term G in the syntax alpha. So this can be represented as a simple for. That is, for all variable V in the syntax alpha, substitute the ground term G in the place of the variable for the given syntax alpha. Can I have X place John? Yes. Can I have Richard in the place of X? Yes, possible. Anything you can possible. So we have removed the quantifier and we converted to a simple statement. We do have another instantiation called existential instantiation. Here we are adding there exists one quantifier. Let us remove that. John has a crown on his head. Remember, a crown. There is only one crown, which means X is a crown. Can I have many X? No. You can have only one X. It can be a gold crown. A simple a crown. So, I am going to replace the variable V by the ground term, only one term. Let us take only C. So, instead of C, can I have Q? No, not allowed. Because a crown, there exists means only one, very few. So, I am replacing the variable V by the ground term k, here it is called C, in the given syntax alpha. So the formula for this particular existential instantiation is, for there exists variable v of alpha syntax, given that substituting the variable v with the ground term k for the syntax alpha. So I am substituting x with the variable c, because there exists only one crown, you can't have many terms. So here we conclude two types of instantiation. One is universal instantiation, other one is existentiation instantiation. In both the places, quantifiers are removed, so that first order logic becomes propositional logic, and because of that we can understand the statement easily. This gives easy inference. There is another term we are going to discuss in this particular inference of first order logic, that is unification. Unification is a process which merges two sentences and it gives only one conclusion, that is returns one. What is that? There are two sentences. John knows X. This is the first statement. John knows X. Another statement. John knows Joseph. If you do unification of these two, called unify, John knows X, John knows Joseph, therefore X is nothing but Joseph. The unification result is X is nothing but Joseph. Let us have another example. John knows X, Y knows Virat. What is that I can understood after unification? John is nothing but Y, Virat is nothing but X. So the result is Y is John and X is Virat. You can also see one more complication in the next statement. What is that complication? Say carefully. John knows X. X knows Virat. What is the conclusion here? John is nothing but X as well as Virat is nothing but X. There is a contradiction. Can you do unification? No, you cannot do unification. If you unify, the result will be a failure. So, what is that we can understand from this? What is that you are going to infer from the first order logic? One technique is, by unification process we can conclude a simple variable with the knowledge. Other one is how to remove the quantifiers. This is what in this particular presentation. Thank you.